Conor if you beat me, blah, blah, blah.
I'm going to answer your question if you calm down for a second. You know, you have nothing to lose in this fight. If you pull off a miracle and beat me, you're a superstar. You know, you're a made man. You're out your father's shadow. It's beautiful.
I'm out my father's shadow already, mate.
No, you're not yet. Not yet.
Okay, that's your opinion.
Yeah, you're not.
That's your opinion.
Yet. You're not proven yet.
That's your opinion.
This is your chance to do that.
No, I disagree.
And if you lose, it's too early. It was too early. It was too soon.
You keep thinking about excuses, though.
No,
you don't hear me come out with one excuse. Oh, you know, he's a heavier weight and I'm taking the gown. I couldn't give a rat's ass. I think I can beat you. I'll beat you.
Okay.
Forget the weight. Forget everything else, me jumping up 2 weights. If I think I can beat you, I'll beat you. That's why I've taken this fight. Don't hear me going, you know, I'm only going to be 40% because you're two weights heavier. Oh, you know, I'm not going to prepare for this. That's what you keep coming out with. I don't need you to make up excuses for me if you think I'm going to lose.
No excuses.
Well then.
You know, for me, this is actually... So for him, it's a win-win. For me, it's a lose-lose. If I lose to Conor Benn on the 8th of October, I'm finished. Finished. I can't, you know, my goal is to fight for a world title within the next year. I can't lose to Conor Benn and then say, hey, let me fight for a middleweight world title. It just can't happen.
And those are the words of Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn. And as you heard the last of that segment with Chris Eubank Jr., if he loses to Conor Benn, he's finished. Okay. And this is what I'll say to that. Great energy. We do know that it's already sold out. You know, we have classic bloodlines. Okay. Rivalry from families, the Benns versus the Eubanks. This is where it's at, okay? And it's like Chris is really saying the wrong things. He's giving excuses for Conor Benn. Like, look, when I beat Conor Benn, y'all are going to, you know, he's going to say he's too small, he's this and that. But if I win, I won't get the credit. So why are you fighting him? Counterpunch. Why are you fighting Conor Benn if you know when you liquidate him? That's what he said. Okay, those are Chris Eubank Jr.'s words. When you liquidate him and you won't get the credit, you got to be doing it for the money. You know what I mean? Because it's like you, bigger, older, more seasoned, experienced, yada, 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 etc., etc. Beat up the smaller guy. And now you say, well, I won't get credit for it. And I won't train 40%. So it seems like to me, if anything, Chris Eubank is digging a hole for himself. I wouldn't talk that type of taboo. First of all, saying that I'm not going to train my hardest because this is no match. I'm way too big. And if I lose, I am actually going to retire, stating that Conor Benn doesn't have a chance in hell of beating him. That's why he's not training 100%. That's why if he loses to Conor Benn, he's going to retire, because he's putting the stakes that high. I say, don't play poker when you're not sure on what the hand is. Now, is he destined to win? Yes. The odds in his favor? Yes. But does that mean he's going to win? Does that mean Conor Benn won't come out there and show him a hell of a fight? It might be a fight that you might fight him again and again and again. I say this. I say the confidence is oozing off of Chris Eubank Jr., and I think he's confident enough to say those type of things. But I will tell you, if he has put his foot in his mouth and Conor Benn upsets Chris Eubank Jr., I bet you he will not retire. I bet you any money he will fight him again. And then he will say, hey, I underestimated this kid. I thought the smaller guy was going to just go away after a couple good punches. He didn't. He came back. He landed some good shots. He outpointed me and beat me. So therefore, I'm going to come in at 100% this time. Let's rematch. That's what I believe that's going to happen. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Chris Eubank Jr. promising to retire if he loses to Conor Benn. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!